So we are going to be discussing our personal views on facelessness. So Gina, did you want to start out by saying what you think the implications of technology in our world are?
Yeah, so I've definitely seen a lot of facelessness and the interactions that come with that in our world, especially with like friends. Sometimes I'll be hanging out with friends and they like won't even listen to me because they're looking down at their phone. It is harder for people to like have good phone etiquette and be able to like talk to people. They're used to faceless, voiceless, texting and everything. But at the same time, I really like value technology, especially in my life, because being in a long distance relationship, I rely on those phone calls and Skype calls and stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot easier than just sending handwritten letters,
Writing
carrier
letters.
pigeons.
Yes.
It's a lot more convenient. It allows you to have more complex relationships with people that you might not see every day in person, but you can still communicate with them. And I think it's a really great thing to help us all kind of get tied together in society. Like you can talk to people across the ocean, and you wouldn't be able to do that before. So I think it intermixes the cultural aspects of each society really well, which is something that we wouldn't be able to do if we lived in a technology world.
And I think we can agree that technology itself isn't the bad guy. It's how we utilize it in our daily lives.
Or how we depend on it, rather. Like, it's become such a commodity that we really don't think about what things would be like without it. But I think it's important that we realize it's not everything. And like a couple people we were talking to said, it's a lot more valuable to have a face-to-face relationship or conversation. But it's still really great to talk to people, just say like, hey, what's up, how are you doing? It's like you can't obviously see your best friends every second of every day, so.
Speaking of people that we were talking to, we'll now play some audio clips from interviews that we did with different people around the library and some teachers.
Yeah, okay.
So, like,
So we'll
how do you
start
feel
off, like,
about
simple.
social media?
Yeah.
How do I feel about it?
Yeah.
Like, depends. I think it's good and bad.
Okay.
It's a great way to spread news amongst the world, so a lot of people can find out information fast. Because, of course, back during the Civil War, you wouldn't know what's happening within weeks because you weren't able to get a newspaper for, some odd days because a carrier would have to bring it. Nowadays, you can literally go on Twitter and see what's trending within minutes. But it's also really, within that, we can also see idiots that post stuff online and things go trending, like the new recent Tide Pod memes, where people on YouTube will eat Tide Pods, and because of that, a lot more people are doing it. It's not. Technology's fantastic. The only reason we have had so many medical breakthroughs with technology, it's amazing.
Something interesting that I was like talking about in class the other day is like is how do you feel when somebody else is holding your phone? Because when somebody else is holding my phone, I feel like stressed. I'm like it's like a as much as I hate this, it's like an appendage kind of.
How do you feel about using technology to communicate?
I think it helps in a lot of cases. Like, we have a lot of family who lives in Ohio, and it's helpful because we get to talk to them and see them. And so I don't know, it's just like you feel more connected to them, where otherwise you'd see them like once or twice a year, but now we get to see them all the time, even if it's not in person.
Yeah, I think it's definitely more helpful today in today's society to communicate with people, because it's just an easy quick text or quick call to them and see what's up. But I do think that it also you're only communicating by technology now. It's not like people actually I don't know,
Write letters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like sometimes you just text your friend instead of going to visit them or or see them in person and ask them something, you just text them, or like, I don't know, just a lot of things are online now.
And it kind of takes away from like the I don't know, because like sometimes because my bedroom is like downstairs and like my sister and like brother's bedrooms are like, upstairs, so like if they like need something, like text me instead of like coming down, so it like kind of like stops like basic or like everyday like human like interactions.
But those are kind of useless. Like if you think about it, like you're seeing them for a split second. It's not even like useful. It's not deep or anything. It's just asking you a favor, which I think is not really a big deal in the scheme of things, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it is a lot easier to like isolate ourselves, I think, because instead of like seeking out help in person or like just doing anything in person, you can do it online and you can just stay in your room. Like, I used to watch those ads on TV for like, go to college in your pajamas from your bedroom, never have to leave your bed, and I was like, I want to do that. But like now I'm like, you miss out on so much. Like, you should do things in person. I still feel like, I mean, obviously there are a lot of like reasons to use technology.
But I feel like I agree with that completely. I feel like as long as there's like phones and like technology that you can use where you don't have to like actually go anywhere, or you know what I'm trying to say, like it's easy to just use that instead of, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but
Yeah, I get it.
like it's easy to just use it.
Yeah.
People want easy, they want the easy way out now
It's
to do it.
convenient,
It's
and
convenient.
if you think about it, it would be a lot less face-to-face time if you actually had to do face-to-face all the time. I think we use the convenience for more communication. I think we sometimes overuse it, but it's good that we're always interconnected with each other. I don't think it's a bad thing at all.
Yeah, right.
I think because it's so convenient, we end up using it more often, and it creates better connections than you might have had if you didn't have access to texting or FaceTime or any social media.
Yeah, because it's a more casual form of communication now. If you just want to like casually like check in on someone, it's a lot easier to do that and like have that communication instead of, because if we still had to like write letters and like go through the mail and stuff, people wouldn't like just like say hey or like check in like how are you. They wouldn't do that as much with people that aren't immediately around them. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a nice way of connecting people.
Yeah, like if you have, I know it's a really new thing to have friends in different states or different countries, but I think it's really easy to just talk to other people and learn about different cultures that way. And it's not as labor intensive and it's not as restrictive as you would have if you didn't have phones or anything. Mm-hmm. So for example, I have a best friend in New York who I talk to every night, and I like wouldn't even know him if it hadn't been for technology. So
Mm-hmm. How do you feel personally about technology in like today's world, like how we use technology?
I think the advances in technology are fantastic. I think that they have been used to solve a lot of really serious problems on the planet, like lack of food, clean water. But I think on the negative side, it has gotten in the way of good communication skills. I don't think anything beats face-to-face communication.
Is there anyone that you rely on technology to talk to? Like, do you have anyone that like lives far away that you like rely on technology heavily to like?
I do. I have a nephew that's doing missionary work in Nicaragua. I have a sister that lives in Houston, so we do Skype quite a bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
do you feel like it's more useful to use technology instead of like writing letters or anything like that?
Skype Skype is as close as it can come to a face-to-face discussion with someone who's states away or countries away. So while I don't particularly bemoan the loss of letter writing, I do think, and especially not so, I don't notice it as much here, maybe because it's so prevalent, but I have a second job in human resources, and when people attempt to call to schedule an appointment with me for new hire paperwork, I notice that particularly the high school kids, they have no clue how to talk over the phone. And they won't leave a message. They'll call me 20 times in a row and then tell their hiring manager, oh, I called her, but not being a mind reader, it doesn't do me any good. So it's almost like they're afraid to have that conversation.
They don't want to say, hey, call me back. 'Cause
Yeah.
They don't actually want to talk on the phone.
Exactly. But, that's what they have to do. I'm only part-time there, and if they want to get through the paperwork, I'm the only person that does it.